What happened when the school most feared bully lays hands on the wrong black girl? How dumb do you have to be to pick a fight with a girl whose dad is a professional kickboxer? Marcus found out the hard way. What happened after would shock you, but before we dive in, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment where you are watching from. If stupidity was a sport, Marcus would have been an Olympic gold medalist. Not just a gold medalist, he'd be that guy flexing on the podium, biting his medal like he invented bad decisions. Marcus wasn't your average school bully. No, this dude treated tormenting people like a full-time job. He had a whole system. First, he'd pick a target, someone quiet, someone unlikely to fight back. Then he'd embarrass them in front of the biggest crowd possible. His friends, they'd record it, edit in goofy sound effects, and upload the whole thing online like they were running a prank channel no one asked for. But if Marcus had a PhD in stupidity, Jada had a black belt in patience. Quiet, no nonsense, and always minding her own business. The kind of girl who showed up to class, aced her work, and dipped before anyone could start drama. She didn't flinch when Marcus barked at other kids, didn't react when his crew laughed at her, and barely blinked when Marcus tried to mouth off her way. That mysterious calmness, yeah, that wasn't just nerves of steel. It was something much, much more dangerous. Because what Marcus didn't know was that Jada's dad was a professional kickboxer. And every weekend, her quiet time involved getting trained to throw kicks that could fold a grown man like a beach chair. But Marcus didn't know that. And one afternoon at lunch, he decided Jada would be his next victim. Big mistake. Stick around because this gets wild. And hey, if you're already feeling like Marcus is about to get humbled, smash that like button. Trust me, you're gonna love what happens next. Now let's talk about Marcus's crew, or as I like to call them, the Fellowship of Foolery. These guys didn't just love chaos, they breathed it. They had this busted up iPhone with a cracked screen they called the camera, and they'd film every dumb prank they pulled. Kids getting tripped in the hallway, filmed. Someone's backpack stuffed with ketchup packets, filmed. One time, they even convinced a freshman that the vending machine only worked if you screamed, "I love Justin Bieber," at full volume. Guess what? Filmed. They weren't clever, just loud, obnoxious, and somehow convinced they were comedic geniuses. But while Marcus and his band of goofballs were busy acting like villains in a low-budget sitcom, Jada was living a whole different life. Jada was the definition of chill. Quiet, bookish, and always 3 steps ahead on her assignments. She had this calm energy, like the type of person who doesn't panic when the Wi-Fi goes out because she's already got a backup plan. But here's the kicker, literally. Jada's calm wasn't just about being unbothered, it was trained. Her dad? A professional kickboxer. Not just good at fighting, I'm talking championship belts hanging in the living room, right next to family photos like they were decorations. And every weekend, her dad put her through intense training sessions. No mercy. No, take it easy because you're my daughter. This man coached her like she was about to enter the UFC. Picture this, Dad, grabbing focus mitts. All right, pretend this bag just spoiled your Netflix series finale. Hit it! Jada throws a kick like she's summoning the power of Zeus. Her dad, yes. Now imagine this bag just stole your last slice of pizza. Jada unleashes a combo so fast the punching bag spins like a ceiling fan. Her dad wasn't just teaching her how to fight, he was teaching her discipline, control, and most importantly, when to fight. So when Marcus started running his mouth, Jada didn't snap. She didn't clap back. She didn't even roll her eyes. She just kept her cool because she knew something Marcus didn't. She knew he was messing with the wrong one. And hey, if you've ever watched someone try the wrong person at the wrong time, drop a comment below. We need to hear those stories. And while you're at it, hit that like button. Things are about to get even better. Marcus's downfall started with a prank gone wrong. And honestly, I almost felt bad for him. Almost. See, Marcus's original plan wasn't even about Jada. His target that day was this kid named Kevin, super clumsy, always dropping stuff, prime prank material. Marcus thought it'd be hilarious to slide a bottle of syrup under Kevin's backpack, so when he grabbed it, syrup would explode everywhere. Genius plan, right? Yeah, no. Kevin, being Kevin, tripped before he even reached his bag, falling so hard the syrup bottle shot across the floor like a missile. It hit the janitor's mop bucket, splash, and suddenly, syrup water was everywhere. The janitor, livid. Marcus, caught red-handed. That earned him 2 weeks of detention and a furious vice principal breathing down his neck. So now Marcus was pissed, and when Marcus was pissed, someone had to pay. Unfortunately, that someone ended up being Jada. The next day in math class, Marcus decided to try his luck. Mr. Thompson, all right, class, who can solve for X? Jada, quietly raising her hand. Marcus, loud enough for everyone to hear. Yo, X isn't the only thing disappearing, so's her social life. His friends burst out laughing like he'd just dropped the funniest joke of 2025. Jada, she didn't even flinch. Just kept her hand up like she was built out of stone. Jada calmly walked to the board, solved the equation in 2 steps, and strolled back to her seat like Marcus didn't even exist. Marcus's friend, dang, bro, I think you just got out-roasted by algebra. Now, if Marcus had any sense, that would have been the end of it. But nope, his brain was set to self-destruct. Later that afternoon, Jada was walking down the hallway when Marcus made his next move. He strutted up behind her, swiped her books out of her hands, and sent them scattering across the floor. Marcus, grinning like a 5-year-old, oops, his crew, going wild. Phones out, cameras rolling. But Jada, still calm. She knelt down, gathered her books, and stood up without even looking at him. Didn't snap, didn't say a word. Marcus's friend, oh, she's scared, bro. Look at her. Yeah, no. She wasn't scared. She was calculating. By now, Marcus was convinced Jada was an easy target. His crew kept hyping him up. She's weak, bro. And Marcus believed every word. Thing is, when someone stays that calm, that's not weakness. That's someone quietly counting the seconds until you run out of rope. And Marcus, he was sprinting toward the edge. The real tipping point came at lunch. Jada was sitting alone, minding her business, eating her food in peace. Marcus, feeling extra bold, decided today was the day he'd break her silence. He strutted up to her table like he owned the cafeteria. Marcus, yo, what's up, invisible girl? Jada kept eating. Dang, you so quiet. I thought this was a library. Still nothing. Oh, you done with this? He raised it like he was about to dump it over her tray. Now at this point, you'd think someone would stop him. A teacher, a friend, somebody. But nope. His crew was too busy filming, and the other kids just wanted to see what happened next. Marcus, say something, or this drink's going for a swim. Still no response. But here's where Marcus made his fatal mistake. He grabbed Jada's arm. Now, pause for a second. If you've ever been around someone trained to fight, like someone who's actually disciplined, you'll know they won't throw the first punch. They'll stay cool, calm, collected. But the second you lay hands on them, game over. And trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. Would you have clapped back earlier or kept your cool like Jada? Drop a comment, and if you'd be plotting revenge, smash that like button. Things are about to get real. If stupidity was a sport, Marcus just went for double gold. Because after weeks of poking the bear, or in this case, the train to kick your spleen bear, he finally crossed the line. It started in the cafeteria. Jada was walking to her table, tray in hand, still minding her own business. You'd think Marcus would have let it go after she ignored his jokes, his pranks, and his hallway nonsense. But no, my guy had the IQ of a paper towel, and he just had to push his luck one more time. Marcus spotted Jada coming and slid his foot out like he was about to score the game-winning goal in the World Cup. The setup was flawless, at least in his head. The second Jada stepped near his foot, Marcus grinned like he was about to win an Oscar. Marcus, oops, except Jada sidestepped like she was auditioning for The Matrix 4 Don't Try Me. She didn't just avoid the trip, she did it so smoothly that it looked intentional, like she saw it coming 5 seconds before it happened. Marcus's crew, hey, what was that? She's dodging like she's in the NFL. Marcus's face turned red. Embarrassment was bubbling up, and his crew's laughter only made it worse. That's when Marcus, fueled by ego, rage, and a lack of common sense, decided to double down. Now, let's be clear, Jada could have kept walking. She could have let Marcus roast in his own embarrassment. But nope, Marcus had to go full idiot. As Jada moved past him, Marcus reached out and grabbed her arm. Marcus, you think you're funny? Time. Froze. The cafeteria went dead silent. Even the dude opening his bag of Doritos stopped mid-crunch like he didn't want to miss what was about to go down. Now, if Marcus had been paying any attention, he would have noticed 2 things. 1, Jada's tray didn't even wobble. 2, she wasn't scared. At all. Her face didn't change. No panic, no flinch, just cold, calm calculation, like a robot downloading the best way to ruin this man's week. Jada, Marcus didn't. Big mistake. In less than a second, Jada's tray was on the nearest table, barely making a sound, and her hand was on Marcus's wrist. Jada, calm as ever. I said, let go. Marcus barely had time to blink before Jada twisted his arm like she was unlocking a stubborn jar lid. His grip broke instantly. Before Marcus could even shout, Jada yanked him forward, spun him around, and locked his arm behind his back like she was reading instructions off a self-defense manual. Wait, chill. Nope. Jada swept his legs out from under him like she was mopping the floor with his pride. Wham! Marcus's entire upper body crashed down into his tray of mashed potatoes, full face plant. His arms flailed uselessly like a turtle stuck on its back. Random kid in the crowd. She just Spider-Man'd his soul out. The entire cafeteria erupted. Kids were standing on tables. Some were clapping, some were crying from laughter, and Marcus's crew? Gone. Vanished. They didn't even wait to grab their phones. They bolted like their Uber was outside. And Jada? She calmly grabbed her tray, walked to a different table, and kept eating like nothing happened. Marcus didn't get up right away. He just lay there, mashed potatoes plastered across his face like a bad Halloween mask. When he finally staggered to his feet, his face was still dripping with gravy. Marcus, she jumped me. Random kid, bro, she gave you a first-class ticket to Potato City. Another kid, nah, you got baked. By the time a teacher finally showed up, Marcus was already halfway to the bathroom, face red, ego shattered, and mashed potatoes still clinging to his hair like conditioner. The memes? Ruthless. Marcus's new nickname was Potato Face. Kids edited clips of him face planting into the mashed potatoes with sound effects like boom or dramatic opera music. Even the janitor got in on it, walking past Marcus with a mop like, you want me to clean that pride up too? Marcus didn't mess with Jada after that. Actually, he barely showed his face at school at all. By the end of the semester, rumor had it he transferred, probably still picking potato chunks out of his hair. Meanwhile, Jada, she didn't brag, didn't flex. Just kept her cool, like she didn't single-handedly humble the biggest bully in school history. That weekend, her dad took her out for pizza. A victory slice for her, and an extra large side of I told you so for Marcus. And hey, if you're still here, you know this was legendary. Would you have handled it like Jada? Or would you have clapped back earlier? Drop a comment, and if you think Marcus got what he deserved, smash that like button. Trust me, this one's worth it. After that mashed potato moment, Marcus avoided Jada like she was made of dynamite wrapped in barbed wire. You know how in cartoons when someone gets scared, they leave behind a cloud of dust shaped like their body? Yeah, that was Marcus anytime Jada walked into a room. One time, they crossed paths near the vending machines. Marcus spotted her, froze like a deer in headlights, and then, I kid you not, backed away like she was about to roundhouse kick his ancestors. Even in class, Marcus started sitting way in the back, like if he stayed far enough away, Jada's power couldn't reach him. Spoiler, it wasn't working. Kids still whispered, pointing at him like he was a living cautionary tale. Now here's the best part. His own friends flipped on him. The same guys who'd hyped him up, yeah, they were now posting memes of him getting bodied. One video had dramatic slow-motion edits with captions like, instant regret. Mashed potato speedrun. Achievement unlocked, got folded. Someone even made a remix where every time Marcus hit the potatoes, the Super Smash Bros. Knockout sound played. Game! The school was living for it. At lunch, kids would randomly yell, potato face! And Marcus's soul would leave his body for a moment. By the end of the semester, Marcus stopped showing up entirely. Rumor had it he transferred schools, probably somewhere they didn't serve mashed potatoes. Meanwhile, Jada kept her cool like none of it even fazed her. No bragging. No, yeah, I folded that dude like laundry. Just her usual chill self. But her dad? Oh, her dad was proud. That weekend, he took her out for pizza, the ultimate victory meal. Jada's dad. You know, you could have dropped him faster if you'd angled that leg sweep. Yeah, but then he wouldn't have landed in the mashed potatoes. They both burst out laughing. For once, Jada allowed herself to feel a little proud, not because she embarrassed Marcus, but because she kept her cool until it was necessary. Her dad always said, winning isn't just about fighting, it's about knowing when to fight. And that day, she won both battles. And hey, if you've ever seen karma hit in real time, we need to hear about it. Drop your best story below, and if you're still laughing at Marcus's mashed potato moment, smash that like button. Trust me, this one's worth it. And that, folks, is how Marcus went from big bully energy to the undisputed king of mashed potatoes. Honestly, if they gave out trophies for embarrassing exits, Marcus would have had a whole shelf by now. But Jada, she's proof that staying calm, keeping your cool, and waiting for the right moment is the ultimate power move. Now, if you enjoyed watching Marcus get humbled, and honestly, who didn't, go ahead and hit that like button. It's what Jada would want. And hey, if you've ever had a bully meet their match or just witnessed some top-tier karma in action, drop your story in the comments. I know there's some gold out there. Subscribe for more stories just like this, where underdogs win, bullies lose, and mashed potatoes, well, they steal the show. I'll catch you in the next one.